Hello, this is Tom Gorman. I am going to be telling you a little bit, not too long, but a short amount of time of while I was helping OSA, Office of Special Affairs, as a volunteer, and when I used to picket the critics and how I would deal with them and how I was trained to deal with them through certain policies that you learn through L. Ron Hubbard and Scientology. And the man that helped me do this stuff, his name is Jeff Kuros. He is the DSA Director of Office Affairs in San Francisco, California, who I knew since I was around 4 years old. Anyways, I used to picket many times a lady named Christy Walker, because she actually was picketing for against Scientology as supporting Lisa McPherson, since Lisa McPherson was murdered by Scientologists, in my humble opinion, at Flag, Clearwater, Florida. And since this lady, Christy Walker, had enough honor to come and picket Scientology on Sundays, she was considered an SP, a suppressive person, which is equal to a evil person, kind of like a demon. That's another way you can kind of compare it. And I was to deal with the SP and fair game her, which means trick, sued, lied to, or destroyed. And the policy fair game was never canceled. If you read the policy fair game, it says it simply, we do not use the words of fair game in any written form simply because it is bad PR, but they still use the certain activities that they do when it comes to SP. Therefore, that means SPs are still treated in a certain way, which would mean they are still fair game. Anyway, so then I simply would go to this lady's house and I would harass her. I would basically picket her. I would pass out flyers about her that Jeff would give us. I was ordered not to let her know that I was sent to picket at her place and property by Jeff Kuros, which he was directed and ordered by the Church of Scientology. He told me if that information leaked out, it would be my fault and Scientology would be liable for a very big lawsuit. So of course, when I saw Christine, she would tell me to tell Jeff Kuros. She said hello. I would say, who's that? And try to play stupid. Jeff Kuros also would teach me TRLs, which is how you learn to convincingly lie to another. And that is something I constantly did to Christy Walker. And I had to convincingly lie to the police officers when she called police on us, or Peaches Pooh called the police. And I was ordered from Jeff to convince the police officers that this lady was crazy and she came out of a mental institution and she's a nutcase and she's harming our church and she's a bigot and a psychopath and those kind of things. I was also supposed to go around and spread bad news about her to her neighbors, which I did do. I would pass out these flyers, of course, and I was to piss off Christy Walker and freak her out as much as I possibly could, especially when I knew that there was a good amount of people that were coming by her home. There were a couple bus stops that were kind of close by, and so at times when I saw there was a good amount of people either walking up or down her street next to her home, and she was outside with me and whoever else that was picketing at the time, I would whisper very mean things in her ear, such as she likes to do bestiality, screw little cats, try to make fun of her being a lesbian, accuse her of being a lesbian, tell her she was psycho, a psychotic, came out of an institution, was crazy in the head, those kind of things. just to drive her nuts. Anything you could possibly think of, I pretty much said. Jeff advised me to say these things. We would, talk about this in his office in San Francisco, California, before I would do the picket. And my job was to basically drive her crazy. We wanted her not to come out of her house anymore and to not picket anymore at Church of Scientology. I continued this for numerous months and did it to the point where I knew I already kind of freaked her out pretty bad. I also used to go to one of her, I guess it was kind of like a side job. It's kind of a coffee store. Well, Jeff told me to hang out there and overhear and listen conversations she had and that kind of stuff. And when he found information about her, he would let me know, and I would talk to her in such a way as if I already knew certain things. One time she had, some plans to go on vacation and go out of town. Jeff let me in on the information that he found out through a private investigator, gave me the information, and then I relayed the information in a different way to Christy to let her know I know where she's going at all times, just to freak her out. And it was very mean of me, very cruel of the things I did. At the time I did believe she was an SP. I was ignorant and stupid to follow these dumb policies. Of course I grew up in Scientology, but I just wish I was a little bit smarter at the time when this stuff was going on, because I actually did believe that a SP should be trick sued, lied to, or destroyed, which would mean fair gamed. And another policy that I constantly worked on and that I applied all the time was never defend, always attack the attacker. And the policy that goes with that is, of course, we like to sue. We don't sue to win, we sue to harass. If we can ruin them utterly, that's what we want to do. And that was the whole point of these policies, was to use this information to drive them nuts by harassing them and terrorizing them, freaking them out as much as possible. I also used to, when I would do these certain things, besides attack the attacker, there are other policies that I of course would have to follow. And some of the other policies involved me treating her very badly, of course, and making her believe that she possibly may be in harm's way if she continued what she was doing. Anybody that comes after Scientology or criticizes Scientology per policy, they have crimes, which means they're hiding certain things they've done wrong that are illegal. So we treat them like a criminal and ask them, what are your crimes? What did you do? Those kind of things. To freak them out and stuff. I have a video and audio tape of myself picketing Christy, and she has a lot of pictures of myself and others that would picket her home. And that's pretty much a short summons of what I would do with this lady. And I did similar things to Peaches Pooh, and that's her name, another lady that I used to harass and do things to per the code of Scientology, and it just wasn't very nice. But anyways, so there you are. There's a short, quick story of a little bit of stuff I used to do to these people, and anonymous. You probably won't have to deal with these kind of people anymore, because they pretty much haven't been this for a year or two, because they ended up looking psychotic, because Mark Bunker, Christy Walker, and other people at the time would pretty much videotape them and show how crazy they really were. Anyways, this is Tommy Gorman, and I will be talking to you all soon, anonymous. You guys kick ass, continue with the good work with exposing the true harms of Scientology. Thanks a lot. Talk to you later.